Hello everyone, welcome to this short tutorial on how to optimise your Windows 10 or 11 PC. These are 5 little tips I've learned that can give your computer that little bit of a boost when it's running slow or sluggish. So the first thing that we'll cover is uninstalling unused pieces of software, because if you've got loads of them in the background taking up storage and your hard drive is getting full, it will cause your PC to run slowly. So how to do that: if you just go down here into the search bar, type in Control Panel, then from here to the programs selection, and then uninstall a program. So from here you can see all the programs that are installed on your PC. So many of these I don't use anymore, but for example, if I was to right click this one, uninstall, at the moment I'm already uninstalling the program, but you'll be given an option with a yes or no selection to say, I'd like to uninstall this program. From there, once you've done that, that will then be removed off your PC completely. So the icon may disappear after a few seconds on the left hand side here if it is on your desktop. If it isn't on your desktop, that will now be uninstalled from your PC. So the next thing that we'll cover is disabling the Windows visual effects. All these do is make things look a little bit fancier, but at the cost of a bit of performance. So on laptops you may notice it more. On desktops or high-end PCs you're not really going to notice any difference, but I'd always say, especially on laptops, to turn these settings off. So to do that, click the folder icon down here, right click this PC, then properties. From here, advanced system settings, and then when you get these three options here, you want to go into the performance settings. I've already got mine on adjusted for best performance, but by default usually it will be this one at the top. Let Windows choose what's best for my PC. So I'll click here, adjust for best performance, click apply to make sure you've confirmed the setting. Sometimes on a slower PC or an older PC it may take a few minutes to get those settings applied, but once done, now my PC will open Windows a little bit quicker. So if I was to click this folder icon again, it doesn't fade in, but it opens very quickly. So the third thing that we can do to speed up your PC, and this one is normally the biggest factor in the slow PC from my experience, is disabling startup programs. So if you've got tons of programs trying to start when you turn your PC on, that will cause it to run horrendously slow to begin with. So to do this, what we need to do is get to Task Manager. So there's two ways to do that. You can either go down here and right click and go to Task Manager, or you can press Ctrl Alt Delete and get Task Manager up that way. So once you've loaded up Task Manager, I want to turn it to full screen here. Down here in the bottom left, more details, and then from there you see this icon, Start Up. So now you've got all of these things that are, all these programs that are trying to boot when you start your PC up. So for example, Skype, I've got that disabled. Skype is normally a bit of a pain, especially for laptops. I've noticed when you try and turn a PC on, Skype tries to start up. It's not a very quick program in the first place. Normally another one I see is Microsoft Teams. That's a big killer of performance on startup for some machines, but I've got most of mine turned off. So other than the ones that I use every day, I've turned the others off, and by doing this it will help your PC start up and be ready to go a little bit quicker. So how to do that: if I right click any of these programs which I don't want to boot with my PC, so Skype, if I want to re-enable Skype, I'll just right click enable, and the same goes for any that you would like to disable. So right click, disable, and now that program won't boot when I turn my PC on, so it will just boot fresh with no software trying to run in the background. So the fourth thing that we'll cover is updating your drivers. So if you've got out-of-date drivers, out-of-date firmware, these will cause your PC to run slowly because they're not up to scratch. They need to have the newer software on them to run the best they can. So to update your software, if you go down to the bottom left here on the Start button, onto the little sprocket here for settings, and then update and security. So from here, I think I do have a few updates myself actually. So Windows updates, a few optional updates here. I think I should have most of my drivers installed. There's one I haven't got installed here. So automatically it doesn't normally install driver updates. So that's how these get missed. Because it's an optional update, it won't install automatically. So by clicking that tick box here, I'll probably do this one at another time because it takes a little bit longer. But if I just click this tick box, download and install, it will now download that update, and next time I restart my PC, that driver will be installed. So it's not really a major one, but if that was a graphics card one, a CPU one, or firmware, for example, that can make a big difference to your performance of your PC. So by checking these often, if there's updates in there, it's always worth doing them. because it could give you that performance boost your PC does need. So the final thing that we'll cover here is defragging your hard drive. So over time your hard drive can become fragmented, which can slow down your PC's performance. Not so much on SSDs I've noticed, but it is still worth doing this even if you do have an SSD installed. So to do this, if you go down to the bottom here in the search bar and type defrag, Windows does have a built-in defrag function, which is very useful. Before I used to use additional software to do this, but Windows now has it built in. So from here, I've got my 3 SSDs, but if you've only got the one drive installed, it will just show there whatever one you do have installed. But if you've got more than one drive, I'd always recommend doing it on all of them anyway. So from here, I've selected my C drive. All I'll do is click optimize. As you can see, it's gone through very quickly. If you've got a very fragged drive, because I've done this recently, it may take quite a long time. On an old hard drive or a standard hard drive, it can take hours. On SSDs, I don't think it would ever really take that long, but if it is taking a long time, it means it is going through and defragging a lot of data, which then will improve your performance of your drive and hopefully give you that little speed boost you need. So that's all the tips for today. So I hope these have helped. If you do have any questions, if you've got any other issues that none of these resolutions have sorted, just drop a comment and I'll do my best to answer, because there's plenty of other ways to speed up your PC, but these are the 5 quick fixes that I use if I ever get a slow PC.